Let's begin with some breaking news now from the Supreme Court of India, which has sought a response from all states on a PI that alleges flagrant violations of fire safety norms in the National Building Code. The plea sought strict implementation of the 2009 Supreme Court judgment, which came after a fire tragedy in a school in Kumbakonam in Tamil Nadu.
And that is where 93 students were charged. An NGO approached the court saying developers violated fire safety norms. It also alleged a collusion between authorities and developers' fire safety clearance grant. They added that every year approximately 25,000 persons die or suffer injuries from the fire accidents in these buildings. Anisha joining me on the phone line. Anisha Mathur joins us right now on this big story that we are tracking. So Anisha, now here is something that really is something to take note of, that the Supreme Court has given a rap on the knuckles to its own administration in a way. The developers, it seemed, have not followed compliances. Can you tell us more details what exactly the SC said?
Well, yes, the Supreme Court has issued notice to all state governments and the centre on this issue of fire safety of buildings. The petition that has been filed before the Supreme Court has sought a centralized audit mechanism for auditing of fire safety of public access buildings. It is specifically, the petition has said that there are multiple buildings, including several government buildings, even the Supreme Court building, the Parliament House building, and several other government buildings are completely unsafe as far as fire safety is concerned. The petition has asked for the court to also issue directions to fix the liability of the owners or officials responsible for such buildings where fire safety norms are being violated, because what the petition is framing is that the National Building Code, which had been set up, is not being followed. There is no audit mechanism to ensure that the provisions of the code are actually being implemented. So the Supreme Court has now issued rules. All state governments have been issued notice, and the court will now take up this matter in some time. But what we need to really look at in this entire matter is the fact that a very, very serious issue has been brought up before the Supreme Court of India, that fire safety norms are simply not being followed. Back to you.
Absolutely, Anisha. Thanks for joining us. And I feel that really highlights the fact that you have such a big problem all across this country where builders aren't actually paying enough attention to these fire safety norms.
Right.
And innocent people end up losing their lives.
And we are talking about high-profile buildings. These are major installations in the country. And if that is where you don't have fire compliance, one can just imagine what the state would be of the rest of the country. Thanks, Anisha, for joining us. Let's move on with other news.